we're going to try and create a website using Canva. And we can see here we're at the home page. All you have to do is register or log in. We'll go over to the search bar right here. And if you've used this before, you can see what you've searched up in the past. And then you can see some of the recommendations. So for me, I've made 2 websites with Canva. And so say this is our first time. We're going to go over to website. And then here we can see a whole bunch of templates. So for this example, we'll just go for the style of a minimalist. And let's go with this. All right, so we can see there's plenty of pages, plenty of sections within this web page. Let's click customize this template. And so here we can see a whole bunch of sections for this web page. So for this example, we're just going to erase everything. And then once we erase everything, we'll fill it back in. And this will just be one example of many examples that you can use depending upon your preference. Alright, so everything is erased, everything is blank, and then we'll start by filling everything back in. And so taking the liberty, I went ahead and pre-filled everything, and now we're going to go into more detail into each of the different sections. So we can see here that we have our hero section. Our hero section involves the universal value proposition, and that means what everyone is getting from this proposition. What value does this bring to everyone? And then in smaller text, we can see the niche value proposition, which is not the universal. Think of a smaller subsection, a very specific audience that's going to specifically value. Now this will be the image that portrays the social impact of your organization. I personally don't believe it should be the logo, because the logo doesn't quite tell a story as much as this image of social impact through your organization would. And finally, the call to action button or request. In the next section, and also we can notice that it's a section because we can see the highlighted purple for this particular section. And so the problem solution section sometimes can be split up between problem and solution, or they can be combined. Let's start off with the image that portrays the problem. This could be the frustration or the negative social impact of not having support to solve a very serious issue. Now let's start with a program name. And this could also be replaced with like a service name or a product name. But for this, let's talk about a program name. In one sentence, you'll address the problem. In the second sentence, you'll address the solution to the problem. And lastly, the call to action button or request. And it'll be very similar to this, except worded slightly different. In some scenarios, you may want to use the exact same wording. However, that's up to your style. Now in this subsection, which is still a part of this section right here, this is where we put the logos with our affiliates, our partners, our organizations that endorse us. And this is going to speak to our social value and what we have done in the past to even earn those endorsements. Now we're going into the credibility section. This is where we can talk about the logo. So we'll put the logo right here in this box. We'll put the organization's name, the department's name, what we're trying to really feature and work with. In one sentence, you're going to describe the context of the problem. In the second sentence, you need to differentiate yourself by saying how you can solve the problem differently than others. And just like the other sections, you'll have a call to action button or a request for action. In the next, we'll have testimonials or why statements. It could be an image of someone, either a person working in the organization, departments, or someone that the organization has helped specifically through this program. And for uniformity purposes, we want to make sure that everything is the same. For the content under it, it'll be name, position, if they work in the program or department. If they're a non-employee, then it'll simply be maybe like the area or geographic location they work in, or rather live in, and a mini story of how the organization or program has helped them specifically. And again, we can see that everything is very uniformed. In this section, it'll be a belief statement section. So this is one impactful quote that is relevant to your program, organization, department, whichever you're doing this particular web page for. Now, this is your final call to action section. You have two options. You can put a logo, or you can put the face of your program's leadership. You want to put contact information, like a phone number, if applicable. If not, I would leave a phone number out. You want to put the email address, and you want to put the person responsible for taking care of that email and responding to whoever is going to email it. Finally, you want that last call to action request. Think about what you want someone to do with this information, because it would be kind of pointless if you were to give a really good problem and a very innovative, effective solution. However, there's nothing actionable about it. You're just sharing information. So it's very important that you make it actionable. You make it in such a way that the person you're presenting to or sharing this webpage with can act upon it in the same day, maybe even the same hour, to make a difference, whether that's becoming an affiliate, helping you through a partnership, or whatever that may look like for your particular need. However, it's very important to have your call of action actionable, because it would be kind of weird to have a call of action that's not actionable. All right, so I'm going to go through two examples of a different style, but serves to represent what could be. So let's start with this. This is just a part of an assignment that was needed for a class through the Preparing Future Faculty at Claremont Graduate University. And so we can see we have buttons, we have a call to action, contact me. Let's see, we have everything we need here. And so say, for example, if I wanted to say, here I'm at the hero section, I want to go to contact him. Okay, it takes me there. If I want to go to teaching, it takes me there. Research, there. Service, there. If I wanted to go back, and then we could just simply see how this is a very simple navigation pane. In another section, we can see a quick facts, like a quick sheet, if you will, as a part of a policy class. And so this just serves as a very simple way of getting your message across. And there are many ways to do it. It's just however you decide upon your own style. So make sure that you put your images through tiny PNG or another compressor. That way, when people load your web page, they'll be able to load it without issues, and it'll be a lot faster. And then once you publish it, you can just go into a free URL shortener and then just shorten it, and then you can share that shortened link. And if you wanted to do an additional step to make it easier for sharing, you can turn it into a QR scan code and share that QR scan code by having it pinned in your phone. So you can just easily say, hey, if you want, you could scan this, and they'll get it instantly popped up by scanning the QR scan code. So it was nice being here with you. I hope you have a fantastic day. And yeah, see ya.